In South Africa, on the western coast of the Cape of Good Hope, a little north of Capetown, lies Saldana Bay. Here there is a shore station from which ships set out towards the Antarctic seas in search of whales. This is a typical small whaler, the Steenberg. She is a vessel of about 100 tons and has a speed of about 14 knots. She carries a crew of 11. Well out to sea now, the Steenberg is kept on a southwesterly course by the man at the wheel. He has the ship's compass constantly under his eye. We are now in the region where whales may be expected. In the forecastle, the harpoon gun is ready. And this is the rope that will be fastened to the harpoon itself. A power-driven winch is used for hauling in the whales. We must be on the alert now. Here is the lookout. He's climbing up to the crow's nest, nearly at the top of the tall mast. Hold tight to that mast. The man at the wheel becomes interested. The lookout's job is to spot the whale. Keenly, his eyes range over the surface of the sea. Immediately on sighting a whale, he calls down to the bridge, "Whale ho," and signals the direction. The ship's course is changed. The chase begins. The whale may dive, but it usually comes to the surface again in a few minutes. The lookout directs the course until the vessel is about 30 or 40 yards from the whale. The gunner rushes to man the harpoon gun. He sights and fires. The harpoon hurtles out of the gun, drawing the length of rope after it. At this range, the gunner rarely misses. The harpoon itself is about 4 feet long and weighs about 100 pounds. It carries an explosive head which kills the whale. Behind this head are 4 12-inch barbs, which after the explosion open out inside the whale, thus enabling it to be drawn alongside by the rope and winch. To keep the whale floating, air is pumped into it through a long pipe. It is then either marked with the company's flag, so that it can be collected later, or if the ship is ready to return, it is lashed to the side. A small ship like the Steenberg may return to the shore station with several whales. On the return journey, if you look over the side, this is what you would see. The long return journey is now nearly over. The whaler is nearing the station again. There are men waiting with winches and ropes, ready to drag the whales up the slipway. Slowly, the huge mammals, they're not fish, are pulled in tail first, until they reach the flensing platform. This is where they will be cut up by men who use large knives shaped like hockey sticks. But first, their length is measured and recorded. The man walking alongside gives some idea of the huge creature's bulk. It is a baleen whale and measures 46 feet in length. This kind of whale has no teeth. In its mouth is whalebone or baleen. This is still used for making brushes. In feeding, it draws in and then expels seawater. The baleen holds back small creatures called plankton. The whale consumes tons of plankton. Although the whale's head and mouth are huge, its eye is small, not much bigger than a human eye. But the carcass must not be left long. The flenser sharpens his knife. Cutting up begins. Often, several men work on one whale. They make deep cuts from head to tail. This shows the ventral grooves. The man working near the head makes a number of V-shaped cuts. From these, ropes and winches are used to drag the blubber from the body. Blubber is the layer of fat just under the skin. Using flensing knives, the men help the winch to pull away the blubber. By this method, the whole of the outer layer of the whale is removed. The flesh, bones and organs remain. Some of the meat is used as food on the station. The rest, together with the bones and some of the organs, will be cut up. After the oil has been extracted, the residue is dried and made into fertilizers. In this whale, the length of the strips of blubber is about 40 feet. In the largest baleen whale, they may be about 60 feet. Here, the blubber is being cut up into smaller pieces, which will be fed into chutes leading to boilers in which the oil is extracted. The suitable parts of the remainder of the whale are also cut up and by hopper or chute sent to further boilers for the extraction of oil. The scenes in the shore station are strange, at times even grim. Many people find the strong smell difficult to get used to. To obtain oil is the main purpose of this hunting and cutting up of the largest mammals in the world. Mammals, yes, they're warm-blooded. Their blubber helps to prevent the heat escaping. Now for the last stage of the work at the shore station. The oil is stored for a time in large covered tanks until it is taken by ships to the refineries. Oil for lubricants, oil for soap making, and oil for the manufacture of margarine.